Let's talk some more voice acting.
Mr. Cheesy Pop!
Hey everyone, it's Max. I had such a good time answering your voice acting questions in the last voice actor Q&A video that I did, so we had to do a part 2. Got lots of great questions in the comments from that video that we'll answer, and also I asked you guys on Instagram to send me some new questions, so we will get to those as well. Before we answer some questions in fun voiceover news, I actually had something really cool come out in the last week, and if you guys have ever heard of Goofus and Gallant from the Highlights comics from back in the day, you'll know what I'm talking about. So Goofus and Gallant, this is something that I definitely as a kid remember from Highlights magazine. So Audible has made a new Goofus and Gallant series, and I play the voice of Gallant in Goofus and Gallant. It's a pretty exciting thing that I worked on a couple of months ago, and it's finally out now, and you can go check it out on Audible. I'll put the link in the description, but it was just a really cool project to work on, especially because it's something that I knew as a kid and I read as a kid in Highlights magazine. To get to voice Gallant now is just wild to me. So that's on Audible, and new episodes come out every Thursday, so yeah, go check that out. It's really exciting. All right, on with your questions. First one comes to us from Mr. Matthew 24. What made you start voice acting? And, basically, when I moved out to LA, it was to pursue acting, and acting of all kinds. And I always knew, I obviously you guys know I love animation. I knew that I would fit in this world somehow, and it was just a matter of, how do I get into it? And so it was just something that was always a passion of mine, whether it be through animation or through, narrating audiobooks. It just made sense for me as an actor to pursue this path. This question from Marissa: how does one get hired as a voice actor? What do they look for? So, this really depends on the job. Obviously, there's a lot of different kinds of voiceover jobs. There's, animation, there's commercial, there's narration, there's e-learning. And with every job, you get a little breakdown of what exactly they're looking for. So going in immediately, oh, I'm right for this one. Or, no, I'm not right for this one. So they will tell you, like, seeking male voice 20 to 30 for this narration of this new product. Here's the sample script. So all the information is there in your audition, which leads me into this question from lovely Lizzie MD. How long does a voiceover audition take? So typically, it's just a few minutes, honestly. I've gotten to a point where I can look at the project description, the character description, read the sample script that I have to audition with, and knock it out. And that's something a skill that you develop over time, a cold reading skill, where you're able to just, look at the script and start reading it and get it. Now, I always recommend that you read over the script and, kind of mark it up in places. So, I need to accentuate this word. You want to know exactly the character that you're going for. You want to know the type of read it is. And then you want to read through the script, maybe read it out loud, and then record your audition. So at most, we're talking a few minutes, but I really have gotten to a place now where I can look at it, do it, record it, edit, upload, boom, gone. All right, 2 questions here that were very similar. Amanda, do you do any vocal exercises to warm up before a long recording session? Haley, do you need to warm up your voice before you start recording? I highly recommend that you do something, and it's different for everybody. So I don't believe that there is one thing that you should do, honestly. So, for me, I really like to make sure that before I record that, I've been up for about an hour or two that I have showered. I like that, the steam. I go through probably a bottle of this even before I start recording. So, water always. And then I think it depends on the person, but I think for me, just talking and warming up the voice like this in a normal, easy tone in the morning is good. And then if we're talking about a really long session, I think to get the voice going, you can do some sort of exercises like, the a lot of this works. The it's all really weird, but this stuff does help. I don't do these every single day, but I do at least do a bit of talking before I go into auditioning for the day. This question from Erica here: what do you do if you have a VO job and you lost your voice? That's a problem. Drink a lot of throat coat tea. I drink throat coat tea pretty regularly, especially after a long day of recording. I will drink throat coat tea. If I did an audiobook that day, let's say, throat coat tea. It's wonderful. Chloe asks, do you have to be a part of SAG to be a voice actor? And of course, the SAG is Screen Actors Guild. No, you don't have to be part of SAG to be a voice actor. There are many non-union jobs that you can audition for and book online. There's a ton of work out there to be had. So nope, you do not have to be in SAG. Tom asks, how does one make a decent demo? And this is something that I can really help you with once I start doing voiceover coaching. And after the response from my last video, it seems like there's a bunch of you that would really be interested in taking some voiceover coaching from me. And so I think this is what if I was a voiceover coach, this is what we would lead to you creating a demo. A decent demo is, you need a demo in all different kinds of areas of voiceover. So for me, I have a demo in commercials, animation, audiobooks, narration, e-learning. So you want a demo in all these different things, and they need to be a little varied. Each demo has to show your range. So a few selections of your voice, it could be 15 seconds to 20 seconds each, and the demo is a minute long, let's say, but you want to show a real nice variation, and you have to find different scripts that show this. And we could go into that's a whole video for sure. But if you guys are really serious about me doing coaching, I think this is gonna happen, and I want to put something together. Okay. This question comes from the last YouTube video from Sarah Dunn. Did you go to film acting school? What are your feelings about this? My son's taking voice classes, also writing a script. So, I went to Boston College. My major was theater. And so I think any sort of acting training is going to help you in some way with voice acting, of course. But if you want to pinpoint it and really get really get down to the skills that you need in this industry, a voice acting course or coaching is the way to go, for sure. This question from Tiff. Two more questions after watching this. What are they looking for in the children YA category? And with the work being dependent on auditions, not guaranteed 40-hour week, how do you manage and not stress about finances? Oh, yes. Well, the first part in the children YA category, again, it just depends on the project. My voice seems to sit in that range that people like for that age group. So, that just worked for me. As far as not stressing about finances, look, if you get into this industry, you gotta know that it's just, you'll go through times where you're not working, and then you'll get busy like crazy 1 week and then there'll be nothing. And you just have to know that going in. It's really difficult to make a career in this. You gotta love it. You gotta want it. You gotta really work for it. But it can be done. But it's really hard. And you gotta know that you may not work for a few weeks. You're auditioning and nothing's happening. And then you might get crazy. And it happens to me. It tends to always come in waves too, where I'll be like, wow, what is going on? I'm not getting booked. This is crazy. And then all at once, everything will happen. So you just got to know that going in. And also find other avenues where you can make money. So for me, it's a whole pie, and each piece fits in. So, the acting, the voice acting, the YouTube, the Instagram, it's all a part of it. Final question here is from Kenna. I'm interested in narrating books. How do I get started? So, Kenna, this is something you can actually do on your own, because that's how I did it. I got into narrating audiobooks by going to the website acx.com, Audiobook Creation Exchange. That's where independent authors go to look for narrators. I did a bunch of books for very, very, very little to no money. Built my demo that way, and that's how it happened for me. So you can get your start there on ACX. There's another one called Ahab that Penguin Random House runs. They just started. So there are places online that you can go to get started. But you need the skills. You gotta listen to audiobooks and know how they work before you get going on that. And with that, I kind of want to give you guys a little example. So I thought it would be fun to do a little reading for you of a book that came out a couple months ago. I actually get to work on a book called Minecraft, The Shipwreck. And it's a kid's audiobook based in the Minecraft universe. Crazy, right? But I got to work on this book, and I thought it would be interesting to kind of show you how that all works. So I will give you a reading of it, but I want to show you here. There it is, Minecraft Shipwreck. Here, I'll just press sample.
To a ball game. We're going to go camping. But Dad said it was because he was still building up his company's reputation. And now everything is going to change, apparently. Jake will believe it when he sees it. Chicago.
Okay, anyway, so I recorded that book, obviously, and there it is on Audible. But I thought it would be interesting to just read a little passage from it. So when you record an audiobook, typically it's just one narrator, typically. Sometimes there will be multicasts, and I've done a bunch of those lately, but a lot of times it's just one narrator. You're doing all the voices, all the narration, all the voices. So I picked a little passage here that has two voices, a son and a father. So listen to how that works. So we have a son, a father, and narration. And here we go. The dad's gonna have the first line here. Here we go. Dad wobbles and nearly drops the box labeled kitchen, trying to get the keys out of his pocket. He balances the box on his hip and unlocks the door. Our new place! Executed perfectly by my team, Dad says. I'll get the rest of the stuff from the truck. You need anything? Nah, Jake says, setting his box down. Internet? Looks like someone will be coming in tomorrow, Dad says. Great. Did you notice the slight differentiation in the voices? Dad, I put him in this range. And then the kid, I put him like here. Now, if there was a mom, I'd put her up here, possibly. And these are the different... But then you'll get characters that are like the same age. Like, let's say Jake is like 13 years old, and then he's got a friend. How do you differentiate that? So if I put Jake like in this range, then maybe his friend is like this, and he talks like this. So it's just a little bit different, but you also don't want to make it too caricature-y. I told you it's a skill. And sometimes you'll be having a conversation and there's like 3 people in the scene, and so your brain is like, ah! so I was learning how to balance all of that when you're recording an audiobook, but it's kind of fun. I think maybe we could do one of those, we should do one of those audiobook voiceover challenges where I give you guys a passage and you record. Oh, that would be actually fun. We should do that on TikTok or something, because that's where they do all these things. I should do that. I'm going to set that up. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think so. Okay, yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed another look at voice acting. Any more questions, leave them in the comments below. I think I will continue and keep doing this. It's been a fun little series for me to do and explore with you guys. And as far as the voiceover coaching, yes, I really want to do it. I want to get this thing going, and I've been thinking a bunch about it. And hopefully we'll have something to go for ya soon. But it just take a while to kind of build something like that up, but I'm going to work on it for you guys because I think it would be really fun to coach a lot of you. So, yeah, we're going to get it going. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Of course, again, any questions, leave them below. Like, subscribe, check out my Patreon page. Have a magical day, everybody. Bye.